We're talking about illegal animal traps were exposed in Fujairah and authorities are already on the case. So this is a huge shout out to the heroes of Mother Nature, someone out there who helped capture footage of these illegal animal traps, shared them online, and the videos went viral, prompting swift intervention from the authorities.
Now, the footage of illegal animal traps spreads rapidly across social media, leading to urgent action by the biodiversity team and the Environment Agency in Fujairah. Now, these traps, set to capture animals, posed as a serious threat to local wildlife.
You can see the photos of them next to us. If you're watching the full show, which I think most people are, the team quickly located the site. They seized all the trapping equipment shown in the photo, and authorities warned that these traps endanger animals, and they urge anyone, if you see illegal activity such as this, to report it to 800 368. Who is putting out these traps?
Honestly, I have no idea, because like we talk about the cruelty that is actually performed against animals all the time on the show, yet it's very surprising that it still is there. You know what I mean? It's like, how can someone be so cruel to animals when it's really like, how would anyone have the heart? You know what I mean?
It's so interesting how people are wired differently. I was watching a show called Long Way Down. It's a really old show of Ewan McGregor, and they're going through and Charlie Boorman there on motorbikes. So they're going through different parts of the world on their motorbikes. It's this amazing story of adventure. And when they arrive in different countries, and it's what you grow up with. So for example, they're eating something that's like absolutely gross. I couldn't even say it on the show. Just think of like a really gross animal part. I'll just leave it there. Leave that to your imagination. They're eating a really gross animal part, and they are literally gagging. They're trying it because they want to show, because they're surrounded by a family. They're at a fire pit, and they want to show that they're, okay with the customs and culture. So they start to eat this really gross animal part. And they can't, right? They just can't swallow it. It comes back up. But the families, all age groups, kids, adults, they're just eating this like it's normal because that's what they grew up in, that what they're accustomed to. I don't know how I got onto this from there, because I don't think it's okay. But some people think this is okay, but it's not.
But
that's what I'm trying to get to.
But still, I think like eating is one thing, and then being cruel and not having the, I would say, a heart. Or like, how can you sleep at night? You know what I mean? It's like if I see a cat on the road and I do not feed the cat, even if it's like I don't feed her or I don't pet her, I will think about it, and I will not be able to sleep at night.
But this is what I was trying to say about how we're wired differently.
Yeah.
Because you can't sleep at night, but then you said eating is okay. Now, another person, if we were to have a very staunchly vegan person on the show, they could say, how could you even, drink milk? How could you eat? True. Eating is not okay. So we're all wired differently to what we grew up with, what we think is okay. You can have conversations in Ireland with people about, eating meat versus not eating meat. And because there's my friend, she grew up with a farming background, and her dad is a cow farmer. And she was like, I just wouldn't be, allowed to. Like, we just grew up eating meat. But then other people would say, that's an absolute travesty. How do you sleep at night when you know that is happening on your farm? So this isn't okay. Never trap animals. And we're glad to know that the Fujairah Environmental Agency were massively on the case to make sure that this doesn't happen again.
I agree with you, honestly. And I don't know. I feel like, maybe there should be something bigger done to animals, because they do deserve, like, sometimes like people think of animals in a way like they don't feel, they don't think. Some people do think in that way, and then that's why they go and they abuse them in such ways, in different even ways. We do see a lot of animals trapped, a lot of animals abused in different ways, and it's like fine, like they don't have the heart, then let them, but there should be like a penalty imposed on them. Like something should be done. Something should be done, because like this needs to actually stop.
You're right, because these traps are absolutely inhumane. But once the video went viral, authorities did step in and they located the traps. They've removed them, and they're investigating the case. Speaking of investigating, we're going to jump into investigating the visa amnesty with